pros and cons to the labor market here from these tariffs, and they say that their conclusion is they have a net negative effect. For 100,000 manufacturing jobs that could be brought in, 500,000 jobs could be lost, bigger picture. I do want to ask, it's interesting because normally during economic conversations, especially when we have people who have served in under a Democratic president, a Republican president, we would have a lot more disagreement here, and you both are just nodding your heads when you're listening to each other. I asked Janet Yellen, now that she's back teaching as a professor, what grade that she could give this administration's economic policies, and she said it could not be a passing grade, that she's never seen more of a self-inflicted wound by an administration. I just want to ask you quickly both, A, did you ever think you would agree about economic policy in over a 12-minute interview? And also, given your time and experience working in administrations on economic policy, have you ever seen anything handled in such a dizzying, sort of sloppy at times and incoherent manner? Let me start with you, Greg.
No, I really haven't. There's a few things that unite economists. And the belief that an open international trading system is good for both sides of the transaction is one of them. And so I think you see a unification of economists lining up opposed to what President Trump is trying to do.
Ernie, again, he was nodding. You should know, Greg, as you were speaking once again.
Yeah. I completely agree. And I'll just draw on actual experience here. So we discussed changes to President Trump's first-term tariffs when I served in the Biden administration. And ultimately, the policy that came out of that, not all economists agreed with. But I'll tell you internally, number one, there was a very robust debate internally, and the administration heard from lots of different viewpoints, lots of different economists, lots of different non-economists on this. And also, it was just incredibly well considered and planned out what we were going to do. So agree with whatever the final policy was from the Biden administration or not, we made sure that our policy was set and planned before we announced it. This is completely the opposite, right? It's like they're making it up as they go along and then pretending like that was the plan all along.
Well, listen, speaking as someone who is married to an economist, I'm sure he's having FOMO right now for missing out in this conversation. Gregory Mankiw.